Hey guys, Yuki here from Tempest with another King of the Hill May video. This time we're going to be talking about Nepal's village. There's another map where May is very heavily used just because of, the limited chokes and of course how small they are. Same thing as before, you want to be running May typically with a couple of heroes as staple. They are Lucio to get you to the first fight as quick as you can, Reinhardt so you can use the May wall into the pin, Zaya so you can shield the Reinhardt from any Ana darts, discords, etc., things like that, and for the counter pin. After that you can kind of decide who you want. You can have either Ana or Zenyatta depending how many tanks you have. So the first approach you can take actually a couple of ways. The most common approach is to come up through the top left at the start, or top right depending which way, or you can just say the high ground. We'll just refer to the high ground. So you can roll through the high ground, you speed boost out from your spawn, run all the way up here, and hopefully the enemy team is meeting here if you're running a May. And in that case, if they're going to be fast and aggressive out the choke, you get that quick wall off onto that Reinhardt or whoever's stuck out here, unfortunate enough, and you go for that pin. In some cases you may want to milk that wall a little bit longer, just get a little bit closer before using it, but in most cases you're best off just to do it there. And even then, if you end up doing it a little bit too early, your Reinhardt can still time the pin with you breaking your wall. He can either time it himself, or you can give him a countdown kind of thing and you can just detonate the wall yourself, and you can still engage off that wall if you want to. So once you have got that pick, we'll assume you've got that pick and you've won the fight, so we go and cap the point. And after that, your team is going to want to be holding up here, this kind of area most of the time, because you've got entrance of both chokes. As a May you can wall both off pretty easily. Well, that's not the best wall, but there are a couple of walls you can do here in this situation. A decent amount of teams come through here, this mid-kit area, when they're up against a May, just because if one gets walled off they can come through the other. This is still pretty good for your team if they decide to do this way, because you could change your wall a bit different to be like that, and you not only wall this person out, they're out here, and the rest of their team's stuck in there. If the other team decides to contest you top left for whatever reason, you can just do the same thing, wall into pin, or if you want to give them a little bit more ground, you can just give them a little bit of ground, kite them back here a bit, just make the clock tick, I guess is the best thing that May's doing at, just make the clock keep going. So you can backpedal a bit here with the rest of your team, you can do a wall here, and you can go for a pin if you want. Or if the other team decides to end up going main, there are a couple of walls you can do, depending on what they do. So if you catch them quickly, you can do a wall kind of like this to funnel them, and still your Reynad could go for a pin on this wall if you want. Or regardless, your team can just go for an engage on them, because they're funneled here, makes a little choke, which is really nice. Or if you're quick about it, you can drop down and just do a wall kind of like this. Same kind of thing. If your team's quick on them, kind of looking to go to the left side of the point, because that's where teams will usually go. They'll typically go the opposite side that you're holding. So if you're holding up there, if they come through main, they're going to be typically coming through to the left side of the point. So those are a couple of walls there. The other walls you can do, if you're a bit slow to them reacting entirely and you don't get any of those walls off that I showed you before, you can start looking for it towards the point, and this is where you can get some more I guess cap time, just wasting the other team's time waiting as they're waiting to bait out the May wall, I guess. It's an easy wall here, you can get a pin off someone, or you can even just keep them trapped out for a couple of seconds. Okay, so let's assume you've lost the point. Retaking the point as May, you've got a couple of different options. One of the more common ones is, you're stacking up through main, you're with your team, and you get Lucio to countdown, 3, 2, 1, you speed boost, come in through here, and you can just wall off this door here if you feel like it early. You can do it early, and that way, they can't contest you in time if they just decide to drop. And the only time you'll have trouble with that is if a lot of them are coming up through here, they come across and completely bypass your wall. But a decent amount of players and teams Once they see you going to the point, their first reaction will be to drop. So, you know, you have a nice wall here, and you wall them off, you get the cap. Or alternatively, you know, you can just hold your wall a bit longer, bait them to the point, and then that way you wall off someone that decides to contest. And as you can see, Mei is really good on this point with the ultimate. You know, if you just drop your ultimate in the middle of the fight, look how much it covers. It covers the whole point plus some extra change, which is really nice. Finally, you know, once it gets to 90% or 90-ish%, you can easily wall off this choke, and the other team's not going to get in time unless they've decided to go top right early. I think that's pretty much all I can say, I guess. Just remember when you're playing to call to your team whatever targets you're freezing, just so you know you can both focus them. And, you know, communicate with your Reinhardt when you're going to be looking to wall and pin, so you can get that combo off nice and quickly. Thanks for watching. If there's anything I missed, please let me know in the comments, and maybe I can answer some questions. And as always, thanks again for watching, and bye bye.